Bring back great memories watching the old. You missed Wizzo by just a couple of days. Wizzo was here on Friday morning.
He's what can I say?
He's Wizzo.
What was it like being on the Bozo show? Was that kind of creepy or?
No, it was really a great experience, and it meant a lot to me because Bozo was such a part of my childhood, and we used to run home every day like a lot of kids to watch, and it was special to be on the last show, and then for a year afterwards, everywhere I went, people came up to me around my age and said, "That was so great you were on the show, it meant so much to me." So I knew it had the right sort of emotional connection.
Yeah, it was great to see you.
Well, on Wednesday, you're going to be doing a reading of your own poems at the Poetry Center at the Art Institute on Wednesday night. Now, have you always been a poet and writing poems? I mean, we know you as a songwriter and performer.
I wrote when I was a teenager, but then when I got into rock, I just started writing lyrics, and that sort of in my mind was the same thing. And then about 4 years ago, in the midst of all my journals, just started writing poetry. I don't know why or when, just sort of a different thing.
Yeah, when we were talking the other day, you were telling me that you kind of want to pursue this now. You're kind of interested in a literary career, a book of poetry coming out, but it's kind of an interesting shift for you.
Yeah. My first dream when I was a kid was to be a writer. I started reading when I was very young, and music was something that came later. My family tried to dissuade me from doing music because my father was a musician, and that was the family curse.
Your family's still in the area too, right?
Yeah. So really, it wasn't until out of my 30s that I actually started contemplating that I could have a writing career, and the plan is by the Christmas of next year, around that time, to finally put out a book of the poems. So this will be my first public performance of poetry.
Speaking of your music career, when we were talking on the phone the other day, you told me some pretty blockbusting news about your sort of current band, Zwan.
Zwan broke up. So a couple of people asked me, "Oh, why didn't you tell anybody?" And I just didn't think